Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we've got a little bit of a wild one, as you can see, and it's wild because I don't fully know or if I can fully get on board with whether or not all those colours work well together, if the images I picked out to combine it all together work, I don't know. But I just thought it was still kind of like a funky set. So I'm going to show you them today and we'll kind of walk you through everything. And then you can let me know in the comments what you think and whether or not it's a bit too crazy for you or if it's just about okay. So I'm showing you guys the couple of gel polishes that we're going to use today and the names and the colours. So I've gone for a nude shade and we've also got a pink and a blue. And then we also have a white for some details. We've got some stamping, some glitter, some crystals. Like literally this set has everything included. So we're going to have 3 nails that are going to be the nude shade. We're going to have 1 nail that's going to be fully blue, which I'm doing right now. And it's such a stunning blue as well. And then 1 nail that's going to be an ombre. Now these 2 colours were a little bit difficult to ombre. And that's usually the case with basically any 2 like opposite colours. So if it's not in like the blues, you're going to have a bit of a challenge. It's never not impossible. You just got to have to like put some time in and some work and really blend those 2 together. So I'm going to put the pinky shade at the top and the blue shade at the bottom. And then I'm going to use my ombre brush from Madam Glam and blend them in the center and then start kind of pulling it one way or the other. I just kind of do it as I see it, if that makes sense. So if it's working quite well, then I just will continue with whatever I'm doing, or if I feel like it's not blending too well, I'll try and go a bit higher, a bit lower. I just keep blending until I'm basically happy with what I'm seeing. Then I will do another coat of everything, and then in the meantime we are going to sugar this blue nail with some fine glitter I've got here. So I tried to pick out a blue glitter as close as I possibly can to that blue, so this was the best I could do, and it's such a nice, literally looks like a sweetie that's full of sugar. So now everything is cured, 2 layers have been applied, now it's time for the nail artwork. So a lot of it today is going to be the stamping-ish, I guess. We do have this nail that we're going to colour in like half, the bigger half of this nail is going to be white. So I'm going to outline, do the line first and then colour in the side. And you want to colour in the larger side. Then the other 2 nails are going to be French tips. I did just recently do a video where I kind of went through some tips and tricks on how I do my perfect French tip on some press-on nails. If you haven't seen that video or you'd be interested, then definitely check it out. It's on my channel right now. And in the meantime, I am working on a video where I'm going to go through different techniques in the sense of different ways of doing a French tip and how each technique will basically kind of make the French tip will look a little bit different than the other, if that makes sense. So stick around for that one too. It's going to be quite fun, and hopefully you might find a method in there that works best for you when doing a French tip if you are struggling to do it, because I feel like I was struggling for the longest time. Now I'm quite, I do them so often really on my channel that I've got quite good practice now, so I can kind of envision where it's going to go and just do it now. But I know when I was first starting out, I was trying all sorts to get it right, and till this day it still can be a little bit difficult depending on like the size of the nail, whatever brush I'm using, the gel polish I'm using. It's all really important to just have like a smooth experience when doing your French tips. So I just outline the French tip, the smile line, and then I colour in the bottom parts. Off camera I will quickly do another layer, although as you can see you do not need it with this gel polish. This is bold white from Madam Glam. The only white you ever will need in your collection. It's amazing and absolute 100% recommendation for French tips especially. So you can literally get away with just doing a 1 coat, and there's nothing worse when you're doing something you really don't like doing, like a French tip, and you've got literally 10 fingers to get through, to have to go back and do another coat. Like, it's just the worst. So this gel polish will basically just help you avoid that. So it's a win-win. So after all of that is cured, I feel like I can't talk today. I am applying some base coat and I'm applying some hex glitter, like a hex mix glitter. I was actually going to use a different one. If you roll back to the start of the video, you see that the glitter I use on the one I show you guys is a different glitter, and I could not find it. I don't know where I've placed it, and I've got a lot of these kind of glitters, but they all kind of have a different shimmer to them. So this one has a bit more of a bluey undertones, and I think the one I used previously was a bit more of like a yellowy goldy undertone. They all look the same-ish, but they all have a different shimmer to them, if that makes any sense, especially when you matte top coat them. They look so different from one another, but they all look very similar in the pot. But I had to do with what I've had, so I felt like since I've got the blues going on in this set, then this one will probably be the best one to pick out. So I'm trying to focus the larger hex at the top and then kind of sprinkling down the smaller chunks a little bit like lower, but I'm not really trying to drag it all the way to the smile, like the bottom part of the smile line. Mainly focusing up at the top there, and I'm trying to do the same on both nails, and then I'm going to pop it into the lamp. So after that's out, I do another coat just to help with not having it bump or anything. Now it's time for some stamping. So I did do a little mistake, which I'm going to get to in a moment once I get to that part of the video, but on the half white nail here, I'm going to stamp some butterflies. Another little tweak I did there, if you roll back to the start of the video, I did actually stamp a different image, but this one was just calling my name more. Like the other one, I just wasn't vibing with it. This one was so cutesy, and I don't know, just kind of felt like it was calling my name when I was filming, so I thought I would do that one instead. Now I'm going to whip out my other stamping plate. If you're regular on my channel, you've seen this one so many times, and it's the Born Pretty butterfly stamping plate. It's amazing. Like, I've just had so many uses out of this plate. It's probably unreal. It's probably one of my most used plates, to be honest. Butterflies are such a nice, you know, shape or image, and everyone wants butterflies. Everyone thinks they're cute. So honestly, if you're considering, if you're not too sure, then I would highly recommend. And I also do have so much content on my channel to get you inspired of what you could create with these plates. So I would definitely go ahead and do it. And they're so affordable as well. I got mine on AliExpress like years ago, so I hope it's still on there, to be honest. But if not, there are plenty of other butterfly plates that I'm sure you're going to get so much use out of. So essentially from this plate, I just pick out whichever one I like the most. That was basically it. And then I'm just going to colour them in, trying to colour in with colours that are most close to the gel polishes that I'm using. So the basically polish that I'm using to colour in isn't a gel polish, it's a stamping polish. I feel like I should start saying that, because sometimes I don't, and I get quite a lot of comments asking me if it's gel polish, if I had to cure in between. No, this is stamping polish, so this will dry. Once it's mid-drying, you want to go ahead and stamp it, and that's kind of where my little mistake came in. So base coats leave a different kind of tacky layer, so do bear that in mind, because obviously they're made for you to apply a gel polish on top. But since I was using it almost as a little bit of a builder, just to kind of level out the nail, I didn't think of it too much, and I left the tacky layer, which is usually okay to do with a regular gel polish, but this one is a bit more like a slimier, stickier, a bit different than a regular gel polish. So when I go ahead to stamp, it almost kind of smudges all over, and one of those nails didn't work out too well. Which wasn't that one, it's going to be the one in a moment. So I did try to fix it off camera, but halfway through I just kind of gave up, because there was just so much work to get done on this one and colouring in, so I do end up just switching it up with the other sets. So yeah, but we basically just finished it anyways. We just had to do some crystals. Luckily it was the nail that is basically a replica, but the other, we've got two of the same, basically just a different image stamped. So you know what to do if you wanted to recreate it. And then I've picked up one more image off the plate, the one with the rose and some butterflies. Then I'm going to colour in the rose with some white, and then the butterflies with the two colours I've got, the blue and the pink. And then once I'm happy, I will go ahead and stamp that in the centre of the ombre nail, which is why I had to do the rose white, because otherwise I wasn't too sure how I was going to do it. I did for a second though consider doing the rose like an ombre look. So as I stamp it, I wanted the blue at the top, and then where the pink is to have the blue, and where the blue is to have the pink when I stamp down. But I didn't really know how to approach that too much, and I just went for the white, just the easier route, especially since we do have a lot of white included in the video anyway, so it all fits in well. So I'm going to go ahead now and stamp that down, and at this stage we are basically done. We are going to top coat all of those quickly with some matte top coat. My one here is from Vanillisa today. Obviously, like I said before, we've got 3 nails now, not 4, so I guess the video will be ever so slightly shorter today, because we basically missed out on 1 nail. So once they're all applied, popped into the lamp, we basically just have a little bit of sugaring left to do, which I haven't done in a while on my channel, where I do some sugaring after the set's done. Usually I just do a full nail and I'm good to go, but this time I wanted to create a border. I often talk about borders, where whenever I separate something on a nail, I do like to create a border, whether it's with some glitter, crystals, caviar beads, anything, an extra line there. So here I just felt like it needed something. So if you don't want to do glitter, you could just do this one line and leave it there. Obviously before matte top coating, but I wanted it sugared since we've got the other sugared nail. I'm always trying whenever I'm doing these sets to think of what I could do to tie everything in. You don't want to just be doing random things and hoping for the best. You kind of want to think strategically with what kind of colours you're picking up after. Once you like got an idea of the basics of kind of what you want to go for, you kind of want to pop everything together to kind of make it work, if you know what I mean. So that's why today, as much as I was trying to do that, I feel like I kind of overdone it. There's just so much going on with the set, but I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. I also want to draw your attention to the glitter that's on that nail that I'm holding right now, for example. In the video before my top coating, it was blue, I swear to God. And now after my top coating, it's yellow. So this is what I mean when it's like different in the pots and different when I matte top coat, and everything just changes the way it looks. But I'm not mad at it, it's nice, and in the moment, well, at the end of the video, you will see the final results, and I do bring the one nail off the other set, so you will see the difference in the glitters. On this nail though, I will do some crystal placements on the right hand side. If we had the other nail, I'd do the same but on the left hand side. And of course, there has to be some caviar beads in between, so we're going to do that now. After that one's done, that will go into the lamp. We have one more nail to do, which is the ombre nail, and that one took me forever because that one has the most crystals and everything going on. So right at the top of that nail, we're going to do some caviar beads and some, I think there's 3 crystals. Then after that, we're going to do some at the bottom too, like cover the bottom part, because I just felt like that nail was way too boring and way too bare and it just needed something. So we're going to do that in just a second. I show you guys the first part, pop into the lamp for a quick cure just to set it into place, and then we're going to do the bottom part. Make sure to check out the description for any discount codes. I do have some for Madam Glam. I do also have some for QuidGo. I feel like it's been a little hot minute since I spoke about QuidGo. It's a cashback website, and if you use my link down below, you will get yourself £15 for free once you get your first £5 cashback. You can literally shop anywhere and everywhere on there, so you literally got Shein for your nail supplies or clothes or electronics, anything on there. Check it out, it's all completely for free. You just have to, it just tracks your shop and how much you spend, and then you get percentage back from there, from whatever you spent. Basically, it's amazing, and I use it to this day, as you'll probably know if you're a regular. So right now we're on the bottom part of this nail. I'm basically gonna try and cover it up as much as I can with the crystals, and then I do pop some caviar beads at the top there. I think in my original I did place some caviar beads kind of at the bottom, but I just felt like it only needed it at the top, I think. This is the fun part, which is why I like to do my little samples before I film. Not only do I get to show you them at the start of the video before I kind of finish, but also it does give me a little starting point of what I want to do, and if the first set isn't quite how I wanted it to be, I have time to kind of fix it up and, you know, notice what I don't like and actually fix it up whilst I'm recording to not maybe even waste any extra time, for example. So that's my little preferred method of doing it. So essentially every time you see a set of nails on my channel, I have duplicates. So every time I've done it twice, if not even 3 if I did make a mistake, for example. So here go the caviar beads. I will then use some tools or even the brush just to get into place, move everything about, make it nice and neat. I will then pop it into the lamp for a cure, the final cure of this set, and the set will be finally done. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!